What is going on, guys? My name is Dario Del Priori, one half of the Del Priori brothers, and today we are going to be talking to you about, I'm going to be talking to you about 3 SMMA hacks that are actually practical. This is no BS. These are things that you can actually apply in your agency on a daily basis that are actually going to grow and scale your agency. So let's go into number one. Number one is putting calls in your calendar for the right duration. What I see a lot of people do, they'll book in all their calls in their calendar for just 1 hour, and that's not actually what you want to do, or like just a half hour. You want to make sure if you're putting a check-in call on your calendar, this is what I actually do. A check-in call is 30 minutes long and an onboarding call is an hour and a half long. So my brother on the sales call or one of the sales team members will let the client know, hey, the onboarding call is going to take roughly 90 minutes. So we're going to block that off in the calendar. When you receive the invite, it's going to be for 90 minutes long. So just make sure you come prepared. So when I see on my calendar for the day, I know exactly what I have that's a check-in call, and I know exactly who's a new client coming into the agency and what's actually an onboarding call. So it's very easy for me to tell the difference and exactly what I have to do. Another thing too, guys, onboarding calls are already in my client sheet when I'm onboarding a client. I no longer take clients from my calendar and put them into my client sheet. That's already fully done for me from a member of my team. That is so easy for people to take care of and for you to outsource in your agency. You can tell a team member of yours, hey, whenever we onboard a client, it's in this calendar, pull the information, put it into this sheet. That's something you have to SOP on your own, but it's very simple to do. You should not have to look at a client and put their information into a sheet. Once they're signed up, that should be taken care of for you. So that's number one. You want to make sure all the calls are in your calendar for the right duration of time. Number two, you want to assign out work post-call. When I say work, I mean, say for example, you already have a client in your agency and they need revisions done to a pricing guide or whatever they need. They need a creative revision for whatever reason. You want to make sure, one thing too, guys, that I do literally all the time, if a client needs an edit to a creative, you have to understand, I'm not a creative designer. So it's very hard for me to relay certain things to a creative designer. What I'll literally tell the client, listen, before you tell me these revisions, what I'll do is just record my screen of us literally going through all the revisions that you want to make. I'll share it with the back-end graphic team and then we'll send you over the revised copy. Does that sound good? And so I'm not jotting down all their notes. I'm literally just taking a screen recording. It could be 10 minutes long. It could be 30 minutes long. Usually they're around 10 to 15 minutes long with the client's notes. Then what I do is I literally just share the screen recording via Loom to our back-end team members. Another thing, guys, I'm kind of just coming up with things off the top of my head now. Loom is massive. You have to be using Loom. That's one of those things, if you're a newbie agency owner, buy Loom Pro, get it. It is 100% worth the money because I'm pretty sure Loom Free, you only have 25 free videos. You want to get Loom Pro so you can record unlimited videos. I assign work out all the freaking time using Loom. Loom is a phenomenal tool. You have unlimited recording. You can literally record your screen, assign out a bunch of work to the team. If you have to send a client an update, you can do it via Loom. Highly recommend Loom. And for those of you guys that don't know what Loom is a screen recording platform where you can record yourself, like your video, and you can also record your MacBook screen. So it's great. It records the audio, it shows your face. You literally have everything there. So Loom is beautiful. It's essentially just a screen recording tool. If you're working off of Windows, you can find a different screen recording tool, but I would recommend something where you can actually pick up the video and the audio as you're talking. But yeah, you want to make sure that you're assigning out work. If a client needs a revision, if a client needs something done on their campaign, whatever the case may be, you want to assign out that client's work right after the call. You don't want to wait too long. You want to make sure it gets done right away. So that's number two. And three is going to be Freedcamp. And for those of you guys that don't know what Freedcamp is, I'm sure you've heard of Asana. I'm sure you've heard of Monday.com, all these different project management tools. Freedcamp is personally my favorite because it's very simple to use. It reminds me actually of Asana. But what you can do is assign out tasks to certain team members and it keeps everything fully organized for your project management. A lot of you guys are very sloppy, but you need to organize it. You have to force yourself to sit down and organize things in a project management software. I would highly recommend Freedcamp. It used to be available on AppSumo. It no longer is. We got it for a great deal, but you want to get something to keep your life in order and keep your agency in order. So these are the top 3 practical SMMA tips and tricks and really hacks, guys. You should really be applying everything I mentioned in this video. I wanted to keep this one short and sweet for you all. So I hope the tips worked well for you guys. If you can comment down below which one was your favorite, that would mean a lot. Hope all of them turn out well for you guys, and I hope you apply them in your agency daily. Now get to work.